Happy day 1322. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with What's She Up To Now, documenting the journey as I transition from brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business. What's working, what's not, the good, the bad, the ugly, and a little bit of back and forth. I spent over 48 years now in running my own businesses, owning and operating and having different businesses in different industries, as well as over a quarter century of that simultaneously in corporate America, working for some very fascinating and very cool organizations. So I've got both the corporate and the small, medium, and large business experience. And our topic today is little things. I love little things. I love small things. My son gave me this little book from a project he was doing, and I love it. I can't read it, but it's fun because it's so little and cute and compact. And I've always been a collector of lots of little things and stuff. If you went through my house, you'd see like every drawer has got interesting stuff in it that it has accumulated and collected throughout my life. And today our idiom, of course, for Supersize Your Business was, it's the little things that count. It's the little things that matter. And this is a quote by one of my daughter's favorite authors, which is probably why I'm so familiar with it. It also was in the movie Zombieland, which is one of those comedic zombie movies from, I don't even remember when they made it. It's probably been over a decade ago now. But, enjoy the little things in life because, and I don't want to meet accent because it's such a great quote, but it's enjoy the little things in life because one day you will look back and realize that they were the big things. And that's so true. It's the little things that count. It's the little things that matter. We think it's the big things because a lot of times those are the big life-changing events and things that matter we pay attention to. It was 9/11 yesterday, and you could hear the not celebrations, but the remembrance festivities, even in my small town in Wisconsin, where people are out and they're remembering that event. And it's so refreshing and hopeful to see how real Americans are, because the media and our politicians, not all, but many of our politicians, portray us as a bunch of idiots who can't think for ourselves, who are racist, white supremacists, prejudiced, homophobic, or whatever else. And, I can't remember all the names that they're calling us, their constituents now. But that's not how Americans are. People are amazing and resilient and fantastic and loving and kind and open-minded. They're not like they're being portrayed by our manipulative media or by our manipulative politicians. We're just in there for the little money and power grab. And, evil will not prevail. Evil will have times where they appear to be winning. But guess what? The rest of us are still sane and will not tolerate it. So again, I digress. I don't know why that's even on my mind because I didn't think it was on my mind today. But obviously it's bothering me a bit. It's the little things. It's the coming together of people behind a cause that's important and right and just and good that reminds us of what's really important. It's the little things that are important because they lead to the big things. It's the little things that we do for one another, the little kindnesses, the single daily actions, the acts that we do, the who we really are that's important and that matters. It's not who people say we are or the media says we are. It's who we really are that's important. So today, thinking about the little things, I've been doing annual challenges for years, but I just started sharing them. This is the 4th year in a row that I've started sharing an annual challenge that I do every year. I pick something and I do something every day to work on that, and not to work on it, just a single daily action to move me toward the goal of being better in that area or aspect of my life. It started out stretching my comfort zone, went to things that make me happy, doing one thing every day that makes me happy. Then last year, which was perfect for COVID, was do one thing every day, one fun thing every day. And then this year, it's more mindful. I wanted to get to, with all the craziness that happened last year, all the craziness of COVID, one of the things I personally wanted to do was get to know myself better and what's important to me. And that's centering, mindfulness, whatever you want to call it. And so I picked up this little journal book at the cabin last summer, and it's to do one thing every day that centers you, which is me or you or us in this case with the challenge. And it's just, sometimes it's an activity, sometimes it's a saying, but every day it's just one small thing to think about and do. I don't think it takes me even 5 minutes every day to actually do this activity, to do my one thing every day that centers me, my one thing every day for my annual challenge. But guess what? The cumulative effect of all those little things is massive. Who I am and who I'm becoming and how I'm showing up in the world is totally different at the end of each year than at the beginning of the year. Now, I think maybe people would argue that I'm still not very fun because I'm still too serious, but I'm a lot more fun than I was at the beginning of 2020. I was a lot more fun at the end of 2020 than at the beginning. And that was with all the crazy, chaotic nonsense that happened in 2020. So I am a firm believer in it's the little things that matter, and it's the things that we consistently do. It's the example we set. It's who we really are inside and who we want to become, because it doesn't matter where we've been or who we were or how we behaved in the past. It's right now, this moment, we can decide to change and become whatever it is that we want. And it's entirely possible for each and every one of us. We just have to make that choice and decide, and then start behaving in the way that will create and have us manifest and show up in the world as the person we want to be. So many people believe that they just are what they are. I mean, my ex-husband, I think this is one of our biggest challenges, was he actually believed that he was just the way he was, and there wasn't anything he could do about it. Number one, he didn't want to be different or change or grow, at least not when he was with me. So he was just the same. So he was the same young man that I married when we got divorced, which is cool, but not when you're in your 50s. Right? At least that was my take on it, right? But there's a whole lot of people just like him that think they are awesome the way they are, and there's no reason to change or learn or grow or become anything different. And then there's another whole group of people that I guess are more like me. We believe in personal development and changing and growing and reading and learning and thinking for ourselves and becoming a better version of ourselves every day. Now, every day am I a better version than myself? Nah, some days I'm still kind of meh and kind of a pain in the butt, but that's my objective, is to always be improving, always be continually improving and getting better at the things that are important to me. Just like you need to be getting better and learning and growing at the things that are important for you. So our annual challenge today was about friendship and how friendship makes things more enjoyable. It doubles how much fun things are, or doubles how much we enjoy things, and it cuts the grief that we have in half. And I would say, from my personal experience, that is so true. When we do things with friends, fun things with friends, things are just more fun. When we are having a hard time and struggling, I think of the passing of my father or my grandmother. Having friends and family around made all the difference in the world in how I experience those grieving moments, those sadness and those things. I mean, come on, I'll think of my dad every day till the day I die, because he was such an important part of my life. But that's the two things that two pieces of daily content that I consistently do. I think I've lost count on Supersize Your Business. We're well over 1,000 days in a row, with the exception of Christmas 2019, Christmas Day, I think it was. I actually was too sick. I had COVID-19, even though they didn't know it was COVID-19 yet. I definitely had COVID on the Christmas and New Year's holiday of 2019. And it was wow. It was just wow. I don't know how to describe it. I've had a lot of illnesses and been sick in a lot of things, but I never felt like I couldn't breathe. And that was a really horrible feeling. Now, luckily, my body is strong enough and fought it off. And I did go to the doctor finally, but when I went to the doctor, it was still early January. I had this persistent cough that just wouldn't quit, kind of like I sound now, but not as bad, nearly just constant coughing. And they're like, oh, well, if you had the flu, it's long gone. We can't test you for it. So just go home, and it's a virus. It'll run its course. Well, then, of course, I gave it to the rest of the family because we didn't know better. And they went to the doctor and got some medication, these little cough pearls. And so I called the doctor back and I said, hey, I'm still coughing my head off. What can we do? And so got some of those, I call them cough pearls. They've got a name, of course. But those finally did help to get rid of the cough and all the rest of the symptoms. But otherwise, every day, my little thing every day is to show up and create my content. Now, secretly, and I think I've said this a lot in this segment, so it's not really a secret at all anymore. The reason I started doing the annual challenge was to get myself to do video, to get myself to consistently do something every day, to show up and to practice and get better at. And I've got a long way to go still, I know that, but it gets me to do something every day, a little thing every single day to move me in the direction I want to go. It's really easy. It's a lot easier in life to not do things than it is to do things. It's a lot easier to not be consistent and not show up than it is to form good habits and show up every day and be consistent. And you don't have to do videos, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to do anything for other people, but you have to show up for yourself, and you have to do something for yourself every day that moves you in the direction that you want to go. Otherwise, we just stay the same. If we're not doing something on purpose to move us the direction we want to go, we're just staying in the same place. And it's like the little hamster on the treadmill, or me on a treadmill. You know, you're going and going and going, but you're not really going anywhere, except you're getting healthier. So there's that. But you know, the little hamster wheel, they go round and around and around, get exercise, but they're not really going anywhere. They're staying in the same place. And so many of us, and I've noticed even this last couple of months, I feel I was glad to do the Get Up and Go challenge last month. It was weird not doing it during the summer, and I really missed it. And it's one of those little things that pushes me forward, and I know I want to keep doing it. So October 1st, we'll do it again, and then we'll see how that plays out. And in December as well. I already committed to do October and December. And then we'll see what 22 has to hold for us, 2022. I don't know. It's this century so far has proven to be anything but what I had expected or anticipated. I thought 2020 was going to be this awesome year for the world, and that we were going to be enlightened and wake up, and we would see things that we needed to see, each and every one of us. And instead, it was just the opposite. It was the opposite. Not the majority of the world, but millions of people have been duped and blinded by lies and fraud and nonsense and craziness that is the opposite of what I expected 2020 to be. And it makes me kind of sad, but I know that there's a lot of people that see through all of the madness, and we'll continue to move the world forward in a good, kind, positive way to make the world a better place, not to make the world a worse place. And unfortunately, there seems to be this little bit of a battle right now going on between those that want to harm the world and those that want to make the world a better place. And don't get me wrong, it's been going on for a long, long time. It's just that it's never really been in the out in the open faces of not in my lifetime in America. It's always been hidden, and we've been lied to all along, but we were lied to and deceived behind our backs. Now they're like lying in deceiving us right to our faces and saying, here's some poop, go ahead and eat it. And it's super insulting, and it's really super frustrating to see how many people are eating the and drinking the Kool-Aid. It's just mind-boggling. Again, I digress, and it's got nothing to do with this. So, Get Up and Go challenge next month. Supersize your business. Another couple of projects I'm working on with a few amazing people, and I just got an idea yesterday that I want to bring somebody that I love and care about into a project that I'm doing. I don't know what the project's going to be, but I want to find something that we can do together, because I think she's a little bit lost and she needs a direction. You know, we all get lost sometimes. We need a direction. So if I can help find a direction and bring her into something I'm doing, I want to do that. All right, any questions? If you need help with anything, please just ask. It's fall. I love the fall. It seems like summer used to be my favorite holiday or my favorite season, and now it's slipping into becoming fall. Fall is becoming my favorite season. I'm not sure why. Probably because it's cooler and I can go for walks every day and I don't sweat as much. I know, weird things, right? All right, if I can help you anyway, please ask. Otherwise, I will be with you around just to let you know what I'm doing, what's working, what's not working. Events, of course, I have not been participating in big in-person events last year. I don't think I'm going to go to any this year. I've had a couple of opportunities, and I think I'm just going to say, no, we're going to stick with online for right now for personal reasons. And then I will decide, I want to do some more traveling this year. I really enjoyed popping back up and doing some traveling. So I'm do some more traveling either the end of this year or early next year. We'll see. I haven't made the exact plans yet. I got to figure out when I can fit them into my schedule. But I want to get out and go a little bit more to maybe November, since October and December I'm doing the Get Up and Go challenge again. But maybe October, and then maybe again January, go somewhere warm. I could use a nice warm weather vacation to escape winter, because winter gets very long in Wisconsin. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll be with you tomorrow.